calling Brian Beleafs. There's a comic strip every single Leafs game all season long, puts it in a book at the end of the year, and then sells it. It'd make a great gift for any Leafs fans on your list. Now, Brian, I noticed that the Leafs got the thrilling OT win against the Wild, right?
Yes, sir.
So why are they not playing again until Friday? Like, what is with this schedule for these guys?
Man, it's crazy. It's like Sweden's just next door, bud, you know?
It does not take 4 days to get home from Sweden, Brian.
Yeah, it's true. They are being treated with baby gloves here. There was a lot of noise coming out of Ottawa and Detroit that the Leafs were getting a very favorable schedule about the Global Series. The truth is the NHL just doesn't want the Leafs to give up any of their home gates. So because of that, all of those games were considered away games for the Leafs. And they get to have their home gates, which brings in more hockey-related revenue. So everybody, all the owners end up getting richer. But all the talking heads were talking about how the Leafs got to find all these teams on back-to-backs. They still get their 41 home gates. It's not fair. It's not fair. Meanwhile, going into this series, Fred, they had a back-to-back right before they left for Sweden, and now we're walking into another back-to-back on Friday and Saturday. So, you know, even though it is a bit of a long layoff here, right away you're going to be getting 2 more games on Friday and Saturday. So the schedule all evens out in the end, and then we're going to be looking at it every other day for the rest of the season, bud.
Okay, all right. I was a little bit worried, Brian, because I fall into the category the Leafs are getting a bit of an easy ride here.
I don't know if you watched that game, but it was pretty bonkers how, you know, that Mitch Marner goal didn't count on the first game. And then yesterday, the referees just absolutely put away the whistle for Minnesota. Once the Leafs got that 2-goal lead, the refs were definitely going easy on the whistle there. And the Leafs got a bit of a rough ride. I think we had a little bit of orchestrated drama there to give the Sweden fans something to cheer about.
Ooh. Some drama, some excitement. But I will say, on Friday, if you noticed, we talk, they come back, they go all the way. We're the lucky charm for this team.
Us and Willie Nylander, what a weekend for this guy. Capping it off with the big overtime winner. 17 games into this streak now, Fred. Everyone's talking about it. We all wanted to see the contract extension happen in Sweden. It didn't happen. But there's no question we got to get this guy locked down. Just a dominant force in the NHL, and he's just made a different step. You know, you can't knock this man off the puck. It's an incredible development curve he's had, and this season it's all come together.
What's going on with Pat Kane, speaking of locking things in?
So Patty Kane, within the next couple weeks, we expect to see him sign a contract here. The main people that are competing for him, it sounds like Buffalo is in there. Sounds like Carolina's in there. Sounds like Detroit's in there. So he's going to have to make a decision. There were rumors that the Leafs were involved as well, but those the Leafs came out and actually denied those rumors just the other day. So the signing never made sense. It never fit for Toronto. Their focus is all on defense for sure. But one of these teams is going to get Kane. Now, both of his hips have been completely redone. So we've had players come back from bad hips. And sometimes you see them come back and they're the same player, but other times they are just done so. So it's going to be really interesting. What kind of Kane are we getting here? He's definitely in his 30s at this point. So it's going to be really interesting because he's not looking for a $850,000 contract like Mark Giordano here. He's looking for some real money.
So my Oily boys kind of fell to the Lightning on Saturday, which was depressing. The streak ended. How do you feel about them going into the Panther Town tonight?
Yeah, Florida, those teams know how to win games, unfortunately, for the Leafs. And it would be nice for the Oilers to do the Leafs a couple favors here. When you're looking at these point races, Florida's still hanging around. Tampa, despite the goaltending problems that they've had, and having lost quite a few players in free agency, to be fair, they are still putting together the win. The Oilers are going to be in tough against Florida. Florida is a mean physical team, as we well know. So I hope the Oilers can put it together. Connor McDavid is definitely still injured, in my opinion. He came back from that injury a bit early to make it for the outdoor game. He wanted to be part of that, and he knows he goes, the Oilers go. But Draisaitl and McDavid are still not themselves. So we need to see them get back on if we're going to get some W's for your Oily boys, bud.
The Lewis Fred Show.